Now at 5, Pittsburgh police locate a person of interest as they investigate a late-night shooting. Plus, how Missouri Southern's highlighting the role of art in the field of medicine. And
Attorney General Merrick Garland appoints a special counsel to independently investigate the DOJ's probes into former President Trump. I'm Skyler Henry at the White House with more on the timing and a look at the special counsel now tasked with the job.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Pittsburgh police are looking for answers in the investigation of an overnight shooting. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Happened in the area of Pittsburgh Sonic Drive-In on the 100 block of West 23rd. Police got the call before 10 last night and found a 32-year-old man with a gunshot wound. They say it's non-life threatening. The wound is to an extremity. He was taken to the hospital and listed in stable condition at last report. Police say they found a possible person of interest in the case, but the victim was uncooperative. Pittsburgh Police Department invites phone-in tips and say people giving information may remain anonymous. Let's check in with Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, of course, super cold for us today. Temperatures had a hard time warming up at all throughout the day, even though we've gotten a little bit of sunshine late in the day. But look at our temps. You can see anywhere from 30 in Grove, Jay at 29, 27 in Lamar, 27 in Parsons. And of course, these temperatures are going to continue to drop back. We have these northwesterly winds. These will start to diminish a little bit as we go through the evening hours. But right now, it makes it feel upper teens to lower 20s. So it's cold outside, and it's going to stay cold as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Still a lot of clouds. These are going to start to break up as we go through the overnight hours. A few light little snow showers to our south. Not a big deal. Besides that, we're pretty quiet. It's going to be a pretty calm weekend, but definitely cold. We slide back through the 20s, down to 20 tonight. We're going to look at the weekend and the storm system next week here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Missouri Southern today took a look at the connection between the arts and medicine. MSSU's art department is hosting the first Artful Medicine Symposium. This symposium was open to any interested minds wanting to learn about the connection between art and medicine with lectures and hands-on workshops.
The arts and medicine go hand in hand, and so with these classes we're learning a lot of manual dexterity, how we can improve our motor skills and mental skills.
The art department is planning on having another symposium soon. Salvation Army is kicking off its annual Red Kettle season. This is a live look at the Salvation Army office in Joplin. Officials took time to recognize last year's bell ringers. As always, Salvation Army is looking for volunteers to ring the bells again this year. If you'd like to sign up, just go to our website, koamnewsnow.com. Criminal probes into former President Donald Trump just got ratcheted up a notch with the news that a special counsel will now take the lead on those investigations. Reporter Skyler Henry has details from the White House.
U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced he's turning over the investigations into former President Donald Trump to a special counsel.
Appointing a special counsel at this time is the right thing to do. The extraordinary circumstances presented here demand it.
Jack Smith, who has been with the DOJ since 1994, will now oversee key aspects of a probe involving the January 6th insurrection and efforts to undo the 2020 presidential election, as well as the investigation into the former president's handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago.
As special counsel, he will exercise independent prosecutorial judgment to decide whether charges should be brought.
In a statement, Smith said he intends to conduct the assigned investigations independently, going on to say the pace of the investigations will not pause or flag under his watch. Attorney General Garland said that former President Trump's announcement this week that he would make another run at the White House and President Biden saying that he too will likely seek re-election prompted him to make a decision now to appoint a special counsel.
Such an appointment underscores the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters.
A Trump spokesperson released a statement saying this is a totally expected political stunt by a feckless, politicized, weaponized Biden Department of Justice.
Well, good evening.
House Republicans, who will be in the majority beginning next year, say they will investigate what they call political attacks on the former president. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Special Counsel Jack Smith has been working on war crimes at The Hague in the Netherlands. He's expected back in D.C. soon to begin work as special counsel. Smith will report directly to Attorney General Garland. Democrats are poised to select New York Representative Hakeem Jeffries as Nancy Pelosi's successor now that Republicans are preparing to regain control of the House in January. In remarks yesterday, Speaker Pelosi announced she would not seek a leadership position in the new Congress, but will continue to represent her district. If elected, Jeffries would become the first African American to lead a party in Congress, and he'd primarily be tasked with taking on GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, who is nominated as Speaker. Coming up in Health Watch, putting stroke patients on the road to recovery.
How researchers are helping stroke patients get moving again. I'm Tina Kraus with the Bionic Solution.
And later, why Twitter is shutting down its offices through the weekend. Topping today's Health Watch, the pandemic caused disruptions in cancer care, and even 2 years later now, the pattern has not normalized. A study tracking millions of women found screenings for breast, cervical, and colorectal cancers rebounded after the early stages of the pandemic, but then dropped again. Researchers say the long-term consequences of the disruptions are still unknown. There's new evidence that exercise can benefit breast cancer survivors. A study in California tracked more than 300 women and found even moderate physical activity was associated with a 60% lower risk of death. Researchers say the findings suggest exercise might be key for both survival and quality of life after cancer. After a stroke, many people can have problems getting around. Scientists in England are working to get stroke patients back on their feet with the help of robotic technology. Reporter Tina Kraus has that story.
Researchers call this the power of progress, a bionic solution for stroke patients struggling to get moving again.
We had a 10-week intervention program that we ran using an overground robotic training device, also known as a bionic leg.
In a trial at England's University of Portsmouth, several dozen stroke patients having trouble walking were given a bionic leg. A digital 3D camera system tracked their progress.
And the leg understands and knows exactly when it needs to extend, dependent upon where the pressure is on a pressure insole.
Researchers found giving bionic legs to people to use at home alongside traditional physical therapy sped up recovery.
We saw confidence increase, we saw walking ability increase, and therefore daily step count and activity increase from there for that group.
The bionic leg gave one stroke patient bound to his wheelchair the strength to walk again.
By the end of the 10-week program, he was able to walk around his home without a stick and no one around.
Scientists say with the price tag for robotic devices starting to drop, the idea of high-tech home-based rehabilitation is gaining momentum. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
British researchers plan to run larger clinical trials with more robotic devices to find out which ones are most helpful for stroke patients. A new study investigates why some children are more likely to need glasses. Researchers in the UK found nearsightedness comes from a mix of factors, partly genetics, partly spending too little time outdoors, and the more years spent in school, the higher the risk of becoming nearsighted. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, why thousands of Starbucks workers across the country went on strike.
Plus, we're going to see one of the coldest nights so far this fall season coming up tonight, and we'll look at the weekend coming up. Well, of course, it turned out to be a cold one for us today. Clouds most of the day, a little bit of sunshine over the past couple hours, but temperatures really just didn't warm up much at all. Plus, it was kind of breezy, so it made it feel even colder. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. It's Friday night, heading into the weekend. So even though it's cold, at least we're heading into the weekend. Look at our 24-hour temperature change. Yesterday was cold. Today's colder. We're 15 to 20 degrees colder right now compared to where we were last night. 26 Fort Scott, 29 Independence, Miami at 30, 29 in Anderson. Stockton is sitting at 26. Nice shot. 7th and Rangeline currently sitting at 29. Westerly winds 10 to 15. Humidity is at 41%. So it makes it feel, because of the winds, it makes it feel like 17. In Yates Center, Neodesha 21. At Grand Lake, 19 in Webb City. Stockton 15, 26 in Cassville. Through the evening hours, actual temperature slides back through the 20s. Overnight low right around 20 for us later on tonight. But at least the clouds are starting to break up a bit. Really been socked in with the clouds yesterday and today. You can even see some light snow showers down to our south, mainly just south of the region. But besides that, these are just going to fizzle apart. Our clouds are going to continue to break up, and then we look quite a bit better. Look at what's going on up here. See how the snow develops just to the east of the lake? That's lake effect snow. There's been some areas that have had 4 to 5 feet of snow today, especially right on the south side of Buffalo. We aren't seeing anything like that. Our upper level low is starting to break down a little bit and shift off toward the east. So what that's going to do for us is help moderate these temperatures as we go through into the weekend. It's still going to be chilly, but at least we're heading in the right direction. All right, here's midnight, clearing out, temps lower 20s. We hang out 19, 20 degrees into the morning hours. Sunshine, plenty of it tomorrow. Here's the noon hour, upper 30s to near 40, and we should get into lower 40s during the afternoon. Tomorrow evening, we slip back again. Another cold night, near 20, 19, 20 for an overnight low. As we go into Sunday, we get southerly winds, and this is going to help our temperatures out a little bit more, as we should go upper 40s for afternoon highs on Sunday. And then it's not going to get as cold, still going to be cold, but not as cold by the time we head into Sunday night. All right, so here's your day planner. If you're getting up and going hunting in the morning, we're going to have a northwesterly wind, which will switch to the southwest. 23, so it's cold. 38 by noon, 36 by 5. High temp of 42 degrees. If you're going to the Pitt State game, it's going to be dry. It's pretty good football weather, but you're going to have to bundle up. As you can see, from before the game to the end of the game, temperatures mainly sitting into the upper 30s. 42 tomorrow, 47 on Sunday. Overnight lows into the 20s. We do get back to the 50s. Monday, Tuesday, rain chances increase Wednesday, which is a big travel day. Thanksgiving itself, rain chances, much colder by Black Friday. So during the 6 o'clock news, we're going to talk more about what to expect from this system.
I hope people are careful on those roads regardless.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. City of Buffalo, New York is under a state of emergency as it and its surrounding areas could get up to 5 feet of snow by Sunday. The snow's not only impacting the roads, but all of travel, really. Almost every flight coming into or departing from Buffalo's main airport is canceled. And the NFL moved the Buffalo Bills home game against the Cleveland Browns to Detroit because of the weather. This military flyover in southeast Kansas today honored our greatest generation. World War II era planes flew in formation above Cherokee County as a tribute to all World War II veterans, and to one in particular, a Columbus, Kansas native who died last week at the age of 106. His name is Merle Robeson. He served in the U.S. Army from 1941 to 1945, stationed in the Pacific. Robeson fought in the Battle of Luzon that resulted in a U.S. and Filipino victory over Japanese forces. Now passed away at age 106, Master Sergeant Merle Robeson is our four-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from World War II and other eras. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. It's very simple to do. Why not do it right now? Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Twitter appears to be a company in turmoil after the site's new owner, Elon Musk, gave employees an ultimatum: work extra hard or quit. A lot chose to walk away. Well, now sources tell Reuters the company's offices are closed until Monday. Reporter Jonathan Bigliotti has more.
Elon Musk appears to be taking a gallows humor approach to Twitter's latest troubles Thursday night, posting an emoji of a skull and crossbones, followed by an image of a Twitter tombstone. He also tweets, "How do you make a small fortune in social media? Start out with a large one." But for many employees, it's no laughing matter. This cell phone video appears to show a scroll of insults aimed at Elon Musk, projected against Twitter's San Francisco headquarters.
Twitter's an unstable company right now, and I think
Zoe Schiffer is managing editor at the investigative tech newsletter Platformer. She says earlier this week, employees were given an ultimatum: either pledge to high-intensity, quote, hardcore work with long hours by 5 Thursday afternoon, or resign with severance pay. Schiffer says many more workers than expected decided to leave.
10 seconds.
Some even going online to count down to the deadline.
7, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Happy New Year!
hundreds of people have said they are out, and a lot of those people were working on core infrastructure projects to keep Twitter's site reliable, to keep it secure, and to keep user data private.
Schiffer says so many employees left, the company didn't have enough staff to figure out who was still working and needed to shut down its offices and cut badge access until the dust settled.
They're very scared that employees are going to sabotage the service on their way out the door.
And despite the trending hashtag RIP Twitter, Schiffer says Twitter is probably not facing an imminent collapse, but she says when there is high traffic and fewer workers to fix any problems, Twitter could become more glitchy or difficult to log into, and those frustrations could be all it takes to lose a lot of users. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The World Cup usually brings a surge of traffic to Twitter, and that's expected again as the tournament starts this weekend. Some Starbucks employees used one of the chain's highest profile days to strike yesterday. The union is calling it Red Cup Rebellion because yesterday was Red Cup Day. That's when Starbucks hands out reusable holiday cups with certain purchases that can be used for future discounts. 264 Starbucks stores have voted for union representation. So far, management hasn't acknowledged any of them for labor negotiations. According to the union, more than 2,000 workers at 112 Starbucks locations participated. Chrysler, the maker of Ram trucks, is recalling hundreds of thousands of heavy-duty pickups over concerns about engine fires. The recall includes more than 248,000 heavy-duty pickups from 2020 through 2022. The models are the 2500 and the 3500. Chrysler told the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration it's been investigating reports of engine fires since June. The company said it's aware of one minor injury and 48 reports of fires, complaints, or warranty claims that might be related to this recall. Home sales in the U.S. keep falling. It's the 9th month in a row of declines. The National Association of Realtors reported that sales of existing homes were down 28.4% in October from a year ago. Sales were down 5.9% from September. That continues a slowing trend that started in February and marks the longest streak of declining sales on record. Final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman takes us on the road with a lesson in kindness. Then on KOAM News at 6, a Galena, Kansas man is federally indicted for a firearms crime following a high-speed chase in Missouri. Plus, fire crews in Carl Junction today battled a duplex fire, and we're going to have more on that symposium at Missouri Southern looking into the connection between art and medicine. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. All right, check out this world image, out of this world image from NASA. This beautiful glow of cosmic chaos was captured by the James Webb Space Telescope. The image shows us what our sun and solar system looked like in their infancy. You can see the hourglass-shaped cloud of dust and gas, the dark line across the middle, that's a protoplanetary disk, which is a dense gas and dust disk that could form a planet in the future, about the size of our solar system. That disk is the young star, and its cloud is really in its infancy, only about 100,000 years old compared to our sun, which is 4.6 billion years old.
Just a little young guy.
Yeah, still quite a few stars on that birthday cake.
That is true.
The weather kind of cold this weekend.
It is. It's going to be cold tonight, or right around 20 degrees. At least we're going to have sunshine over the weekend, and it gets a little bit better, 42 tomorrow, 47 on Sunday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.